This year could actually be the last solo Switch release year. A next-gen console is already knocking on the door, at least unofficially. Still, in my opinion, we have a pretty strong year ahead of us. Today we'll take a look at 5 games that I'm most excited about. Let's get right into it. Welcome to the Switch Gems channel. Before we get into the top 5, here's a few honorable mentions. With Hades 2 and Metroid Prime 4, we are of course in for 2 fantastic games. However, I don't really believe that we'll get these 2 gems this year. I have to admit that I'm really looking forward to the Pokemon DLCs. Actually, I had my fun with Scarlet and Violet, especially I liked the story this time. I know they are just DLCs, not full games, but in my opinion worth mentioning. And what is of course still in the room is completely new hardware in the form of a Switch 2 or even a completely new Nintendo console. However, I don't really believe in a release this year, so we will probably have to wait a little longer. Maybe next year. What do you think? But now let's get to my top 5, as always in no particular order. It should also be said that this list is very subjective. Your list can of course look completely different. Feel free to write me your top 5 in the comments. And now, on to the first title. The Legend of Zelda: Tears of the Kingdom. We start right in with the most obvious game, Zelda TOTK. Breath of the Wild, its predecessor, has fought its way into the top 5 best-selling Switch games of all time with over 30 million copies sold. In pretty much all aspects, Zelda is not only one of the best Switch games, but generally one of the best video games of all time. Accordingly, it was predictable that there would be an enormous amount of hype surrounding its sequel. Tears of the Kingdom looks very strong in its trailer so far. I predict that TOTK will be the Switch's most visually beautiful game ever. Still, I'm curious to see if TOTK can live up to extremely high expectations. In any case, I'm of course really looking forward to this game. Fae Farm. With Fae Farm we get another fantasy farm sim RPG game. Especially since the huge hype around Animal Crossing, this genre has exploded and gets really good new entries on a regular basis. While Fae Farm of course features the usual farm life with everything that goes with it, there seems to be a stronger focus on the experience of adventures. In the trailers released so far, we are presented with various dungeons and puzzles, and battles are also hinted at. Visually, Fae Farm resembles games like My Time at Portia or the Story of Seasons series. I'm quite confident that lovers of the life sim genre can expect a very strong title with Fae Farm. Hogwarts Legacy. I was honestly extremely disappointed when I heard about the delayed release of the Switch version. Nevertheless, I can't wait to finally roam around Hogwarts with my own wizard in Hogwarts Legacy. Both the books and the movies had a huge impact on my childhood, but I haven't really warmed up with the games yet. In Hogwarts Legacy, we now get the opportunity to create our own character for the first time and more or less experience the Harry Potter universe all over again. I'm very curious to see what Hogwarts Legacy will look like on the Switch in the end. I hope that we don't have to sacrifice too much graphically. Sea of Stars. With Sea of Stars we get another classic RPG from the ISO point of view after Chained Echoes and Octopath Traveler. The gameplay is based on classic pixel RPGs from the SNES era, including a turn-based battle system. Classics like Chrono Trigger or Final Fantasy are the top of the comparison list. The developer has even publicly stated that Chrono Trigger has served as the main source of inspiration. For me, this means that we can expect a great story with tricky puzzles and exciting battles. The game was launched as a Kickstarter project and backers of the campaign were already allowed to play a short demo. Rune Factory 3 Special. Even though I mentioned at the beginning that the list is in no particular order, I'm honestly looking forward to Rune Factory 3 Special the most. I extremely enjoyed the unique genre mix in both Part 4 and the latest addition to the series. Rune Factory is more than just another life sim or farming game a la Stardew Valley or Animal Crossing. Numerous RPG and adventure elements as well as a fantasy story are what makes Rune Factory so special to me. The third entry originally came out on the Nintendo DS in 2009. I actually haven't played the original before, so I'm really looking forward to what for me is a completely new adventure. If you like games like Stardew Valley, My Time at Portia or Story of Seasons, you should definitely check out the Rune Factory series. Of course, there are many more exciting titles coming out besides these 5 featured games. As I said, feel free to write me in the comments which games you are looking forward to the most. Thanks again for checking in and see you next time on Switch Tapes.